And so taking a breath, we're about to engage in a sacred ritual that is ancient in its origins, that has been done for thousands of years by probably billions of people. As we recognize this day of when the sun seems to stand still, which is really the earth hitting its farthest point away from the sun in the northern hemisphere, and beginning its return. And letting that be symbolic, because we as humans give meaning to such things. It's one of our gifts. And so notice what that meaning is for you at this particular time in your life, this particular day, this particular moment. And as we settle into this, we'll open with a prayer from our practitioner, Tim Robinson. I invite you to take in that prayer, and we'll follow it with 2 minutes of silence in the dark.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our online community as well. So please enter into prayer with me, knowing that there is one life that is ancient and luminous, that moves through all things. It shows up as love and as life and as light. I call it God, Buddha mind, Christ consciousness, the I am. This divine presence is in my Pacific Northwest home, in this monastery without walls, where the water practices its devotion by repetition, where the river thickens its voice, speaking in slower, deeper, more powerful sentences. And it is present in the silence of a falling star that lights up a mulberry sky. This presence is not diminished by darkness, it is revealed within it. There is no separation between light and shadow. It is born through it. It is shaped by it. It is made visible because of it. This infinite intelligence is flowing everywhere, always expressing, always becoming, holding both mystery and clarity in its vast embrace. I know that this one life lives as me and through me. There is no separation between the infinite and my awareness. The same light that moves through stars and through seasons moves through my own being as well. And it moves steady and unbroken, even though I cannot see it. I know that each one gathered here today arises from this presence, embodying its wisdom, its creativity, its resilience, and its love. I know that this community stands together as an emblem of that one life. Each life a distinct aperture through which light finds its way into the world. And so I speak my word for this community right here, right now. I know that this spiral walk today becomes a living prayer, each slow turning, offering illumination, inviting each one to find their own light in the stillness of the path. And I know that the music today is a vessel for that light as it moves through emotion and memory, softening what feels heavy and awakening that which longs to rise. And I know that in the silence today there is something that is fertile and alive, that in that darkness, truth is able to settle, understanding is able to ripen, and that light is able to be recognized and not forced. And so I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for the law that takes everything that I give to it and brings it into form with perfect precision. I'm grateful for that law that is creative, that allows light to be revealed in its own way, in its own time. And gratitude fills this moment for the certainty that everything that is spoken, everything that is sung, and everything that is held in silence has already been answered by that faithful and responsive law. And so I give this word over to that law, trusting in its action, resting in its intelligence, knowing that it is manifest, knowing that it is done, and I simply say, and so it is. Please take 2 minutes in silent contemplation.
So we enter the circle in darkness, but recognize that darkness is not permanent. It is simply an absence of light. And so we bring light, and light brings us. We've been playing this month with the ancient practice of Advent, which is a hero's journey, a movement from the first week of hope, in which there is a possibility of light seen, and we gain hope. And hope eventually moves into faith as we become more certain of it. And that faith then, as we stand in that, provides us with a sense of peace, which is the second part of Advent. And from peace, as the light begins to be revealed, we move into a sense of joy, which was the past Sunday. And today, the final Sunday of Advent, we move into a sense of love. For it is love that ultimately gives birth to the new life, the new light. It is love that is the nature of the divine. So many traditions say that an alternate name for whatever their deity is called is love. So take a moment to find a place of love in your heart. We'll take a moment to seat our extra guests if you want to. Come forward. You can walk around that way, and there are seats up in the front row here. And don't trip on the thing. And if we can get that one back in. And a note for the next time we do this, leave these back chairs empty when you come in, so that latecomers can come in. So we have the candles of Advent, and they all lead to a single thing, which is the rebirth of light. And whether we do the religious tradition of calling it Jesus, or whether we do the more ancient tradition of simply acknowledging it as light, which is what we celebrate today, the ancient practice of the solstice, the returning of the light, both within our own lives and within the world itself. And so we find there's an old Zen saying that the fisherman uses a net to catch the fish, but upon catching the fish, discards the net and keeps the fish. We use whatever process we use to capture whatever it is we want, and we let go of the process. And so we let go of the need for hope because it is already fulfilled. We let go of peace because peace is already fulfilled within the light. We expand and release our joy. And we embody in the light, the love, leaving only the central light. And the process we're going to invite you to do today is going to be to light your light. Each of you is going to receive a candle from Linda Bremer, our practitioner. Marty is going to give us in a moment a few more directions about that. But I invite you to light your light, to carry it in, to think of it as the unclaimed potential of the what is it you want to give birth to in this new year, because it is a new year in sun time. And then allow yourself to pull the candle out of the glass holder. You might put your finger at the base of this because these wicks sometimes will fall through. This is a very ancient tradition. And there is a fire extinguisher over there, and Fireman Brent is ready, standing by if we need to. And Buffy has a bucket of water somewhere in here. But we allow ourselves to then light our light from this candle. Drop it back into the container, and let ourselves walk back out. You'll notice along the way there are stars. Pick one where you would like to plant your light, to share your light with others. The spiral is a simple going into a center. It's not a labyrinth, so there's no tricks and turns or anything like that. It is the simple, straightforward path of going within. And so I invite you to be mindful. I invite you to be reverent as you walk this path. To walk it from your heart, not your head of trying to do it right or figure out there's no way to do it wrong, okay? Other than maybe falling over into something, but even then we'll still love you. And allow yourself to be filled with this process. And Marty is going to give us a little more detailed directions.
Thank you, David. Just a few tips. Think of this as a chance to embrace the darkness, maybe even in ourselves, or the darkness around us, that it does have something fertile and ready to be born. And that we will see this process light the way for others on their paths. So in a moment, Tim will start the ceremony for us. And then if you feel ready, whenever you feel ready, come to this spot, come around the spiral in some way. And we don't want a great big line, but 1 or 2 or 3 people getting ready would be fine. And Linda will give you your candle. You'll need to empty it out of that glass container to turn it sideways and light it from the central candle, and then put it back in your glass. Carefully. And let's see, there's one other thing. We may at some point begin another person coming inward as you are coming out. So prepare to meet another traveler on the way. Okay. Normally it's one at a time, yeah. And we'll be here to answer questions when if you have any questions. All right, so let's begin.
And we'll start with a song.
When Jesus brought his light to earth, the stars shone in the east, and wise men journeyed from afar to hail the Prince of Peace. So let us all sing Jesus' name to light the winter's dark, and may his light grow brighter still with each new year we mark. When Moses brought his light to earth, his tribe from bondage led, in desert water from the rock, in wilderness sweet bread. So let us all sing Moses' name to light the winter's dark, and may his light grow brighter still with each new year we mark. When the prophet brought his light to earth, he reconciled his foes. When 4 clans raised the black stone high upon his holy cloak. So let us praise the prophet's name to light the winter's dark, and may his light grow brighter still with each new year we mark. When the Buddha brought his life to earth, he saw beyond love and hate. He said to end all suffering, each mind must he awake. So let us sing the Buddha's name to light the winter's dark, and may his light grow brighter still with each new year we mark. When the lady brought her light to earth, she took us to her breast. Each fin and feather, hoof and horn, by her were brightly blessed. So let us sing the lady's name to light the winter's dark, and may her light grow brighter still with each new year we mark. When we all brought our light to earth, we made it a better place. We loved and lost, yet loved again, and learned from our mistakes. So let us sing each other's names to light the winter's dark, and may our light grow brighter still with each new year we mark. So let us sing each other's names to light the winter's dark, and may our light grow brighter still with each new year we mark.
co-created. Each of us individually is not much of a light, but collectively we light up the room and far beyond. Brent and Heather have one more song for us. This is called the Solstice Carol.
A fire is burning, a long night draws near. All who need comfort are welcome here. We'll dance 'neath the stars and toast the past year, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. We'll count all our blessings while my mother lays down, with snow as her blanket covering the ground. Thanks to the mother for life that she brings, she'll waken to warm us again in the spring. The poor and the hungry, the sick and the lost, these are our children, no matter the cost. Come by the fire, the hearth is to share, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. The fire is burning, the long night draws near. All who need comfort are welcome here. We dance 'neath the stars and toast the past year, for the spirit of solstice is still living here. For the spirit of solstice is still living here.
So breathe in that spirit. Take this light and this dark with you as you move into this week. A couple of ever so brief announcements. The Prosperity Stewards will have collection baskets at the door if you would like to support the work of the center financially. And many of you do already online. Thank you so much for that. Next Sunday, we'll have our more Christmassy service. It'll be a complete contrast to this, with lots of fun and song. And those who would like to start off the new year by consciously setting intentions, the Intentions Retreat is the first weekend in January, and registrations end next Sunday. I will be gone for the week after that, and I don't want to try and figure all that out while I'm gone. So register by next Sunday, please, and you'll get a discount. And I invite us to, I think we're not going to do the last song just in the interest of time. And I invite you to take this in, and as you feel ready, go ahead and step back out into the world of light. Thank you for co-creating this together. And a special thanks to Marty Dimmock back here, by the way, from Dances of Universal Peace. They're going to be doing this process again. Thank you to her assistants and all who helped with this. Blessings. I was going to try and name everybody. Thank you. Good. Yeah, you did good. Thank you.